Welcome to this week's Traveling Young. We're going to talk about music, so I'm just going to be giving Miranda a nice little soundtrack here while she's talking.
While I'm talking. Maybe I should speak in a very calming tone.
Well, people asked about my guitars and stuff the other night, so I figured...
This is what you do a lot of nights.
I do a lot, yeah.
You come and play guitar. I get to listen to it. So one of the things that when we moved here, we were really worried about losing out on was music, because we didn't know how much of a music scene there was in Denmark, and we are huge music lovers. We would go to concerts sometimes 2, 3, 4. One time I swear we went to 5 concerts in a week.
That's happened.
So we really like it, but we were very surprised to come here, especially in Copenhagen, and find out there is an awesome music scene. And there are quite a few venues here in Copenhagen that we love to go see music, especially Vega. We love Amabio. We love Hotel Cecil is a really fun place to go to. Pumpehuset, which I've been to, but one place I've not been to. A lot of people ask us if we've been to Christiania. We have, but you've seen a concert there.
I have seen a concert there. I went to Duran Jones and the Indication, who's going to be at the Amabio later this year. I've been there. It was quite nice. There's actually another show coming up there that I'm not going to be able to go to, and I can't remember who it was, and I'm super disappointed. I don't remember because I can't go to the show.
But you know you're disappointed that you didn't get to go.
Well, then I'm not going to go. It's coming up.
Yeah. But the reason why we wanted to do this video today is because it's festival season.
Well, it's like almost the end.
The end of festival season.
But we've got one more.
And it's one of our favorites, and we want to talk about festivals.
Festivals in Denmark.
Festivals in Denmark.
All right, guitar's gone.
No more concerts.
I had to keep it to the point where we don't violate any
that's
rules.
the thing. Like, people ask us all the time, play more music.
Yeah.
We're like, YouTube generally doesn't like that.
So first we want to talk about the fact that there's so many great festivals in Denmark. I'm blown away how almost like every week in the summer there's something.
Yeah. And there's something for everybody.
There is. So
that's what I like about it.
To list, okay, first of all, this is not an exhausted list.
We're probably missing some.
If I'm missing one, tell us in the comments a music festival you really like.
Yes, because then we could maybe go to it.
Maybe we'll go next year.
Maybe we'll go.
But there's the Groen Festival, which is like all over Denmark. It's a really cool idea. Yeah. It's a cool idea because like they're in Amager one day, then they're in like Odense one day, then they're in Aalborg, then they're in Aarhus, and they like travel around Denmark. It's such a cool idea. There's the Distortion, which is like dance music, which is best to...
Yeah, I guess is that like techno?
That's if you live in Vesterbro, it's like quite loud, I hear.
I feel like I've aged out of that. I'm too old.
There's the North Side Festival in Aarhus. Nice weekend. We haven't been. It's like rock, a mix of stuff.
Yeah.
There's some good stuff there. I think like... maybe the National has played there before, and some good music. I think Nick Cave was there this year.
There's Copenhagen.
Metallica was there this year.
Yeah, there's always... I have to say, Copenhagen is probably not my scene, but I do always see very well-known bands there. Like Metallica is there, Iron Maiden came.
Actually, Rival Sons played there once.
Yeah, which they definitely fit in right there. So it always seems like it's going to be a really good time. It's just not the kind of music that I like to listen to.
Yeah. Then there's the Tinderbox Festival in Odense, which has also had good bands in the times we've been here. Of course, like the crown jewel of them all.
Roskilde.
Which I've yet to go to. So when I lived in the U.S., my boss was Danish for a while, and he would come back every year to go to the Roskilde Festival.
Yeah.
Even though he lived in America, because it's like a tradition. So many people, it's a tradition to go, and we haven't been yet. We had tickets to one day in 2020, and then it obviously was canceled. We didn't get to go.
We'll make it there eventually.
Yeah. Now this is the next one I'm going to mention is, I think it's a stretch to call it a festival a bit. The Copenhagen Jazz Festival.
It's more of a collection.
There's a lot, like people come.
It's a schedule.
But I find like to me a festival is if I buy a ticket for 3 days,
and I can just 7 stages.
Just go see a bunch of music.
Walk to the bar.
Where at Copenhagen Jazz, you basically have to buy tickets to all the different shows and see a bunch of different things and travel around Copenhagen. Yeah. It's nice that a bunch of people come in at the same time. But it's not like a full-on festival in my mind.
When we saw Gary Clark Jr., was that part of the
I don't think
festival?
he was here for that, maybe not. Wow. But Smokefest, which it feels like that, I guess this year, and this may be common, that it's like the last weekend basically of the summer, and then kids go back to school. And so, I mean, everybody kind of like wrapped up their summer this year, it seemed like, at Smokefest in Skanderborg.
A lot of people have told us to go to Smokefest.
Well, that's also because it's next to the place where we got the boof sandwich.
That's true.
And Skanderborg Brew House.
Very tasty.
And then, this I hadn't heard of, and then we were, by the way, if you've never heard, we had been to Bornholm. And we were in Bornholm right before the Wunder Festival one year, and they actually had some pretty decent bands there. I think they were setting up the stage when we were in town that time.
Yeah, I got distracted because Brisket bit me.
Brisket, he's super riled up today.
I don't know what's wrong with him.
Then there's what's coming up this weekend.
Yes.
The Tuna Festival.
Yes.
And
cannot wait.
My favorite parts about that is the music, and it's such a hard word to pronounce.
It's been 4 years, and we still can't say it right.
When I first moved here, we went there the very first year because a ton of American bands I really liked were there. And so we went, and I was telling people at work, I'm like, I'm going to the Tuna Festival. And I'm like, a Tuna Festival? There's a Tuna Festival? I'm like, the Tuna Festival.
In the town Tuna.
And they're like, tuna. Like... And I Googled, and there is like a tuna festival in like Indonesia somewhere. People with like tunas on their head. And I was like, yeah, that's the one I'm going to.
It's definitely what we're going to go to.
I'm super excited. But what's also really cool is there's all these one-day things.
Yes.
Also, like we went to Pho, just north of Skive, 2 weekends ago.
Yes. To the Förbrukhus Sommerkonserten.
Yeah, and it was kind of like a one-day festival, like a legit stage. I mean, festival food and everything. It was so cool.
That's how we found out about Suomenena. If you watched our live, you found out that we have a newfound love for Suomenena, and we are going to see them again at Amabia.
Yeah. And one of the best things about festivals is I'll typically go because there's one or two musicians I like. Yeah. We went to that because we like Jonah Blacksmith, but then you discover new stuff. Yeah. And we discovered them because we were at the show.
Yeah. I also liked Ziddy Diddy Dada, I think was the name of the band. They were pretty good as well.
And we actually went to one in Sweden this past weekend because a friend from the U.S., Devin Gilfillian, listen if you've never listened to him. Yeah. He played at this, he was at a couple of different things in Falkenberg and Solhallen, which is tied to Folka Rock, which is a great venue, by the way, in Malmo. And we went there over the weekend to see him and some bands, and some of those bands are going to be at the Tuna Festival.
Yep.
And it's just like so neat, this like whole vibe of like big festival, small festival. There's the Copenhagen Americana Festival that was at Vega. We didn't get to go this year, but that was a collection of great music. I mean, there's just it's such a great music scene. It's like, I feel like it's like one of the best music countries, and since it's not super big, you could actually go to a ton of these festivals. Oh, I completely forgot the Heartland Festival.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that's at Egeskov, which also has good... I think Chris Christopherson was there the first year we were here. And one year, Greta Van Fleet was there. That might have been this year.
That's crazy town.
Yeah, and at Egeskov, such a cool place. Yeah. So many cool festivals.
So many things.
And what's so neat about Denmark and festivals is people have like such a respect for the festival. Yeah. That people go without even knowing the bands.
Yeah, exactly. We ran into that when we went to the Tuna Festival, and we're like, oh, well, why are you here? What band are you here to see? They're like, we're just here because of the festival. Like, we don't even know who all is playing. We're just going to catch who, we have time to see and see what we think. And that's kind of what we ended up doing, and we discovered a whole bunch of artists that we never would have seen.
Yeah, these people had this, like, program printed, and they like earmarked pages. I'm like, yes, go see them, they're good. Go see them, they're good. And they're just like, this looks interesting, we'll go. I mean, it's just like, it's and Roskilde people go to that without knowing. They'll buy tickets before they announce the acts and stuff. And I mean, it's just so neat that it's like such an atmosphere and a community at these festivals. And I mean, the ones that we've been to, like the Tuna Festival, this would be our third time. It's so like chill, it's comfortable, everybody's nice. Yeah. It's funny because we're American, everybody assumes we're in the band. When we were in Sweden this weekend, I went multiple times to buy a beer and food, and they're like, are you in the band? because of my not having, and I was like, should I be?
Yeah.
I know the band, but does that get me a free beer?
We didn't. We behaved ourselves.
Said, no, I'm not. I paid for everything. But that happens at Tuna too, because people will like come up to us when we're eating. Yeah. And they'll be like, "Oh, are you guys like musicians here? Because you don't sound Danish."
Right. We get that a lot, especially the music festivals. Like, why are you here? We're like, we just love the music. But that gets us to who goes to these things.
Yeah.
Who goes to these festivals?
I feel like they're just like, I feel like each festival is almost like a specific like age group.
Yeah.
Almost.
I will say, you would think Copenhagen swings really young, but I have seen all ages who've said they've gone to Copenhagen.
Yeah, but like the Tuna Festival feels like there's not too many young people, but young people definitely go to Roskilde.
Oh gosh, yeah, and Distortion. I think a lot of young people.
But
go
I think people go to this like every year.
Yeah.
But then the big question comes up, which is, do you camp or do you not camp?
Yeah, in the places where you can.
Yeah, and we have, I guess we've only camped at the Tuna Festival, right? We never camped anywhere else. Because a lot of times we only go to things for a day.
So. Yeah.
Or festivals that don't really have camping.
Yeah, I guess I was trying to think of some of the other festivals, but we've always stayed at a hotel.
Yeah, even
gone back.
At the first year of the Tuna Festival, we stayed at a hotel, which was like 45 minutes away.
Yeah, and then we realized we shouldn't do that.
Yeah, because we missed a ton of stuff. We had to leave early to get to, and we couldn't drink and stuff because we had to drive. So then last time we went, we stayed in one of those like pop-up tent things.
And we also realized that's wasn't a good idea.
That's also not awesome because like people are like sitting outside our tent at 4 a.m. playing guitar. It was
really loud.
So this time we're going to stay in one of those lodge things, which is like a little door that which isn't that much more expensive than the pop-up thing anyway.
No, but you have to get in early. Early, yeah. Because those
and I missed it, but then I think some people canceled when it got canceled, and I bought it later. So we're going to see if that's the trick this time.
Yeah.
But it's cool to be like right at the festival grounds because it's super easy to get to everything.
Yeah, especially at Tuna because they have some shows that don't even start until 11:30 at night. Or like and you're going till 1:30 in the morning. So it's kind of nice to just saunter back to your little tent or hut or whatever you've got.
Yeah, and so that ends with this. If you're going to be at the Tuna Festival, I mentioned this on the live stream, but if you're going to be there, make sure to follow us on Instagram or Facebook and send us a message because we will be there and we're happy to sit and chat and have a drink.
We love to say hello to people.
So I feel like come say hi.
Yeah, people are always so scared. They're like, oh, we don't want to bother you. We're like, we're American. Come say hello.
Especially the Tuna Festival.
Yes,
such
especially
a community
Tuna
there.
Festival.
Feel free to track us down or message us to try to get a hold of us. We'd love to say hi while we're there. We'll be there the whole weekend. We're super pumped.
Yep. We are. Sadly, you'll have to miss out on Brisket.
Brisket will not be there.
He's going to stay home.
And Maya is also going to be here with Brisket. She's not going. But anyway, it'd be super cool if you come and say hi. We're very excited. And it's just like one of the nice, pleasant surprises is that the type of music we like and these festivals all super lined up when we got here. And it feels like just a perfect place to be if you're a music fan.
Super cool.
In Denmark. Like good big acts come here. I just saw that Coldplay's coming next summer.
Oh, yeah. Celine Dion's coming. Elton John's coming.
I know. We got Elton John tickets, and we have Bruce Springsteen tickets.
Yes!
And then now Coldplay's coming, like, in between those two. Yeah. We may have, like, if we get tickets to that, we'll be, like, a week of, like, ridiculously big shows.
Yeah.
But, yeah, music's so great, and Denmark is such a great country.
It's super cool.
For live music.
Thank you for having so much music.
Thank you. And tell us again if there's a festival I missed. I know I did.
Yeah.
Because I just wanted to cover the big ones that kind of spread around. I know there's little ones in Fanu and a bunch of different places. It's such a cool...
You know what else? If there's a band you like that we don't know about, because maybe they're Danish.
But we're aware of Kim Larsen.
Yes.
We're aware of Volbeat. That's been mentioned a few times. Dizzy Mizzy Lizzy we're aware of. We actually saw Tim Christian. You know what? We also didn't say that Tivoli has the Friday night concerts all summer too. It's not really a festival, but so I'm sure. But we're trying to listen to more Danish music.
Yes, we are. Yeah. I was just listening to my Young album this morning.
Now I feel like we're rambling and not saying goodbye. So let's end this. Come and say hi to us at the Tuna Festival. We'd love to meet you if you're there. And hopefully you go to the right place and don't accidentally go to Indonesia to the festival.
Don't go to the tuna
with
festival.
The tunas on their heads. Go to the one in West Denmark.
To the
on Jylland.
Can't say.
We'll see you. Bye.
Bye.